All right, so I do a fair bit of just biking around the city with the family, and I like to have my phone available for trail mapping, or checking speed, or just knowing where we're going if we're headed to a destination. And so having a mount on my bike for my phone is important, but the previous mount I had was pretty flimsy, and actually did end up breaking. So I did get something a little bit beefier. And this mount has been fantastic. So the design of this mount is really cool. The mounting arm or the mounting claw is really quite beefy. So it holds my handlebar really well, but it's super easy to work with. So there's just a wing nut at the top, and you open it and the jaw opens, and you tighten it down and the jaw closes. So it can close up on a pretty small handlebar. So as far as mounting, it's pretty flexible that way. It's using a ball receiver. So you just unscrew this and you can move this around, and you can tighten this up to lock the orientation in place once you've got it. So once you tighten this down, it's still, if you try hard enough, you could move it, but the average bumping and whatnot on a pathway, or even a bit of light off-road, isn't going to make it move. So it does lock up quite solidly, which I really appreciate. So, but adjustments can be made just by loosening this collar off, making your adjustment, and tightening it back down. So pretty good. The design of putting your phone in is quite easy. You just take your phone, slide this in. It's just has a spring-loaded mechanism. So you pull up and it closes. So you can see that here. So the cool thing is, though, once you've got your phone set, then what you can do, because sometimes on the spring-loaded ones, the downside of them is that if you hit a big bump, there can be enough motion that this moves, and then your phone falls out. But it does have this extra locking clip at the back, this little red switch. So I flip that, and it locks the teeth in place on the mechanism, so now it can't move, it can't bounce or rattle out of the case. But then to get it out, super easy. I click the little button back over, the lock's released, and I can pull my phone out. So very easy to use. It does have some rubber in the corners here and here, and at the bottom, as well as on the back, just to help protect your phone a little bit. Again, it's not going to really keep it from the screen from shaking or whatnot, but it is enough to hold the phone securely, make sure it's not bouncing out, make sure it's not rubbing and scratching your phone either. So overall, I think this is a fantastic bike mount. The one thing that is a little bit unfortunate, I don't use it that often, but every once in a while, I don't have a GoPro. So it would be nice, once the phone is loaded, to have access to the cameras. And as you can see, the primary lens is covered up and the other one is slightly obstructed. This one would be clear, but it would be kind of nice if the camera lenses were a little bit more visible or could be used. Again, just a small limited use case of I might want to use this to record a trail ride or something cool like that, and I couldn't hold it on my bike with this mount. So if that's important to you, you might want to look at some other options. But if you're just looking for a super secure, easy to load, easy to use mount, you can't go wrong here. This has been super solid for me, and I really like it. Thank you for your time.